LFC, please make welcome the Country Director for Exness in Nigeria, Oluwatosin Olusomi. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, one thing was left out there. Sorry. And it's, I'm also an alumni of this great school. So I would say, greatest Akokite. Yes, that's it. So thank you so much for having us. It's a pleasure being here. And I'll say thank you to Olubori for putting this together. It's indeed a pleasure. I have enjoyed the presentation so far. And in fact, I've learned a lot myself. And I enjoyed the Sakwa song too. So it's been an awesome time. I believe we all are enjoying ourselves too. Okay, all right, great. So I'll be speaking quickly. I hope my cap is not a problem because I know you've told the Olubori to remove his own. If it is, please let me know. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, so I'll be talking today quickly about multi-asset trading with Exness. And the theme of this event is the new money way. I know I was thinking about the new money and how, what differentiates new money from the old way of making money. And this word that came to me is digital, actually. And I think our compare, Gloria's mentioned that when she started. So the digital way of making money, there are several, but I'll be narrowing down on how you can make it the Exness way. Now, the Nigerian landscape, I just quickly want to touch on Nigeria, how it's really an untapped resource, especially the human resource. We have over 200 million in population, mobile internet users, over half of the population. The median age in Nigeria is 18.1. You can Google it, it's 18.1. And that particular figure is really, really significant. It's something we should actually, it should be a very big asset for us because we have very young population. In France, the median age is 42.3. In Canada, it's 41.1. In UK, it's about 42. So you can imagine how young our population is, and how energetic people that are urban. The urban population is over half of the population, and then you have a lot of youths with mobile phones, internet-enabled, looking for opportunities online. Okay, now we have the ugly side at the right-hand side there: high unemployment, high inflation, and what this leads to is a lot of people looking for opportunities online on their phones. And there's a lot that you can get online that can make you money. But because there are so many people looking for opportunities online, you have, the people also trying to take advantage of people looking for money online. And then you have the scams and the Ponzi's. Over the past how many months now, we've, according to record and statistics, there's been a loss of about $1 billion lost to Ponzi's and scams in Nigeria. And you can imagine, one of them was mentioned by, I think, the first speaker. I can't remember the name. Okay, I was saying this for the first time. So I would quickly say this, and I think that would define, I would share this story I read in a book, and it's about how these kinds of things happen. I think that story would probably stay with some of us. Now, quickly, there was this village that had a lot of monkeys, right? A lot of monkeys everywhere, and there was bush around, so monkeys were always stray monkeys, right? So a foreigner came into town and figured out, monkeys everywhere, and he said to the villagers, I'll give 5,000 naira for anyone that brings a monkey. I'm buying monkeys for 5,000 naira, okay? And everybody went out there trying to get monkeys. Well, some didn't believe it initially. They felt, why should anyone want to pay 5,000? Monkeys are just stray in this village. So if he went initially and then he paid them 5,000, and they told the rest, oh, it's paying the 5,000. And everyone now went, even the lazy ones started going. The ones that were laid back, they started going. And before you know it, so many monkeys, and he was paying 5,000. Now it got to a point where the monkeys started diminishing. So he increased it to 10,000. And then it motivated more people rushing out to get the monkeys. Now, at the, when it was almost like monkeys were running out, he increased to 25,000. And everybody was like, how come? What does he want to use this money for? I mean, these monkeys for, is it for money rituals, or why is it paying 25,000? So at that point, it was like maybe 10 monkeys left. So the rest, the very good hunters were able to get the rest of the monkeys. Now, what now happened after that experience? He said, okay, I'm going for a week. I need to rest. And then when I come back, I'm going to be paying 50,000 naira for anyone that brings the monkey. And then he left his trusted assistant back in the village with the cage where all the monkeys that he has bought were kept. All right? Now, when he left, his trusted assistant went to meet some of the villagers and said, see, I'm going to sell you these monkeys for 35,000 so that when he comes back, you can sell it back to him for 50,000. And it's because, you know, I'm just giving you that information. And then he started selling a few. And then the rest, the people that bought went back to tell the rest, oh, you can get 35,000. It's 15,000 free money. When he comes back, he will buy for, because he's been buying, so, you know, why not? So when almost everyone got to know about it, there was a very long queue. Sold all the 35,000. I mean, sold for 35,000 to everyone. The ones that were very rich bought like 20. The ones that didn't have money borrowed money to buy one. At least they get 15,000. And then 1 week after, you know, they checked and saw that. I mean, they said, okay, he's not back yet. Then 2 weeks. Then he went to check the assistant. Assistant has also left town. So what that means is, see, so he actually made huge profit, you know, with that. So I call it monkey business. So anytime you see maybe some of those schemes and all that, remember monkey business, monkey business. And how do you decode some of these things? You know, many people, because we have high unemployment and low income, you have people with low capital looking for very high returns and with no risks. And, you know, when you are looking for that, it's a recipe to fall into a lot of schemes. You want, you have low capital, you want very huge returns, and then you don't want risks. So you fall into the schemes that, you know, someone would say, oh, give me this amount, and then in maybe a month's time, I'll give you this amount. And then it's sure, that kind of thing. There's no risk. He preaches all of that. And then the schemes continue like that. So I would say multi-asset trading is one of the few things that have this combination that I just mentioned. And I would explain, you know, the risk part is kind of, you know, what you can control, but it has low entry capital. All right? Now, there's possibility of very high returns. Very high returns. Olibori shared some of the results of his trading with us not too long ago. Now, there is a measure of risks, and some of the speakers have talked about the risks, and I think the last person also spoke about how when you have a skill and you don't have discipline, it means nothing, right? So you can control your risks, and you need to know how to navigate the market to control that. Now, the fourth one is the market is around the clock. So you choose when you trade. Market is 24 hours, 7 days a week. Right now, as we speak, something is moving. Well, the cryptocurrency markets are open during the weekends, but every other market opens Monday to Friday. And so our platform runs around the clock. Right now, there's possibility of automation. You can automate your trades and just sit back. And someone said you could no work, but what's that term that she used then? Jobless, and then, you know, something. So you stay back, you automate your trade. Once you know how to do it, you have income coming in, and you don't need to lift a finger. But it takes mastery, and it takes you to know how to automate those things. Okay, so let's go. All right, so for you to trade, in the market, now, I mentioned multi-asset brokerage. We're going to get to, I think, a slide where I will tell you the multiple assets that you could actually trade. But for you to trade at all, you need a broker. You need a broker. You can't probably there's no physical market or place where you can actually exchange some of these assets without going through a broker. So Exness, which I represent in Nigeria, we are your plug into that. Now, the risks that I mentioned for anyone going into trading would be increased multiple times if you are trading with an unreliable broker. Because one of the first risks that you need to mitigate against is trading on a platform that would put you at a disadvantage because there are many out there. So that's why one of the smartest and first decisions that you need to make if you're looking at doing Forex trading is choosing a reliable broker. All right, so I'll go into some of the, please, next slide, please. So we're looking at Exness. We started operations about 14 years ago. Please, I need the next slide. So we started operations about 14 years ago, and over the years, we've grown to become the biggest Forex brokerage firm in the world in respect to trading volume, all right? And we've grown on the back of two things: integrity, ethics. We don't joke with that. We take that very seriously. And when you look at financial, if you are looking at partnering or patronizing a financial institution, size matters. If you want to buy your groceries or all that, you may buy from a little store inside your house or a big store. It doesn't really matter. You get the same value. But when you're looking at financial transactions, the size matters because it talks about the capital base, it talks about the resilience that firm would have, an ability to actually pay you when you make good profits. So size matters in this case. So we are the largest in terms of trading volume globally. Next slide, please. Okay, so we are recipients of multiple awards and recognition, and we are regulated just like has it's been repeated severally. We have the strictest regulation any brokerage firm can have, and we have it across every region. So we have strict regulations, that anywhere we operate, we ensure that we get the strictest, because we have several regulations for this kind of business, but we go for the strictest, the ones that, would put us on our toes as well. We won the most transparent broker, the best global service, customer service, so many awards over and over for us. Next slide, please. Okay, and we don't stop at that. We didn't stop at that, actually. We have as our auditor, Deloitte. I'm sure many of us know Deloitte. It's one of the biggest and most reputable auditing firms globally. So they audit our numbers, and the numbers we put out on our websites they are audited numbers, not just numbers that we put out there. So, and we're one of the maybe only broker that have this, that is doing this. All right, so next slide, please. Okay, so some of our products. Okay, it's not completed, but I'll start from the first, Forex and metals. So we trade currencies. Forex, like someone said, means the currencies: euro, US dollar, Great Britain pounds, and all that. All the currencies. We trade currencies. We trade metals on the platform. Metals like gold, silver. Gold is one of the most popular amongst our traders in Africa. Gold, we have a lot of people trading gold on the platform. We have cryptocurrencies, energies talks about oil. When Russia invaded Ukraine, what happened to oil? Anyone? What happened to the price of oil? It shot up. right? So that it means that there was crisis, and Russia is heavy in oil production, and it will affect the supply, and demand remains the same. Oil increase. When COVID happened, what happened to oil? The crude oil price went down. In fact, it went down so much it touched like zero. It touched like zero. So if you were trading at that time, you can interpret world events, global events, what's going on. You can cash in on whatever is going on, either positive or negative. Right? Now, during COVID, what happened to gold? During COVID, when COVID struck, what happened to gold? It went up because during uncertainties and when there's a lot of issues, gold is seen as a safe haven. And then we have tech stock also increased because many people were within their houses. They were not going out. They were interacting with online. So the stock prices of companies like Facebook, like Instagram, and most of the tech ones used for meetings, Zoom, and all those, they went up. So knowing all of this, you can actually trade and make good profit. Whatever the circumstance, whatever it is, you can pick any of the instruments that would react in a way. So either prices will go up or down. You can actually trade any direction. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so I'll go right into the selling point for Exness. Let's move on. Yeah. I have very little time. I'm trying to catch up. So trading conditions, we have very swift execution of our trades. 0.01 seconds. When you impute a trade, you want to buy gold, for example, buy Euro USD, or whatever you are doing, it goes in instantly. And that's because we have data centers, servers in different strategic locations, anywhere in the world, Nigeria, Africa, Europe. So if you are a trader on our platform, the execution speed is like that, right? So let's say this land is selling for 1 million, and we are giving you 1:2,000. What this means is that you only need to bring, for every 1 naira you bring, you are getting 2,000 naira. Let's make it naira now, right? So I'm going to ask a question, and let's see who gets it. You get something. Now, if you want to buy that land for 1 million, and you have leverage of 1:2,000, how much do you need? Anyone that come? No, I want you to speak in the mic. I have a gift for someone, for anyone that knows. Anyone?
$500, sir.
That's 500. All right. So that's 500 naira. So with 500 naira, you have you can purchase a land that is worth 1 million naira. So what happens if the reason why you're buying the land is because you feel the land will appreciate, and then let's assume the land appreciates 10%. That means 10% of 1 million is 100,000. So with 500 naira, you're making 100,000, and the broker is not sharing in profit. We don't share in profit. We only take your transaction cost, and that usually is really, really small. You understand? When you enter the trade. All right, so I'm rounding off because of time. I would quickly go through the slides. So we don't manipulate. Now, we have a lot of brokers out there doing manipulation and affecting clients' trades. On, please. All right, so financial security, you don't need to worry about financial. In fact, if your fund is with Exness, you make your deposit in your account. It's as good as you have anything in your pocket because we have instant withdrawal. We have instant withdrawal. So when you click on withdrawal, it's almost instant. It's from within some seconds to maybe some minutes. But our withdrawals and our deposit as well is instant. All right? Next. Okay, so this was the point I stressed the other time. Instant withdrawal, same thing. It's important you have control of your funds. You know, there are some platforms where you fund, you can see on the screen, you have maybe $10,000. You're a digital millionaire. When you try to withdraw, then you start hearing so many stories. But you know you have it in a platform or something. So it's important you get security of your funds. Next slide, please. Transparency. Let's move on. Okay. So we have a variety of payment systems. You can pay from the bank, you can pay with cryptocurrencies, you can pay with bank cards. So many payment systems on the platform. Next slide, please. Okay, so you can also open an account with USD, that's US dollar. You can open your account with pounds, with Naira. One of the accounts Olubori showed us earlier was in Naira, and there was another account, the initial one was in US dollar. So it means you don't actually need to leave the comfort of your home to set up an account. I have a lot of clients that, you know, they prefer to set up an account with pounds because it's the highest, it has the highest conversion against the Naira. So when they make profit, the profit comes in pounds. You get, so I say to people these days, you know, yeah, people try to travel, but if you earn someone anywhere, let's assume US, for example, earning $1,000, $2,000, doing maybe washing plates at McDonald's or something, you can sit in the comfort of your house, of your room, and make so much more. So the borders that we have does not limit us anymore. You know, unlike before, that's the new money way. Before now, we need to engage physically to make money. Now, if you go digital, you are borderless. You can connect with the same market anyone in the world is connected to, someone in China, US, Asia. What differentiates anyone is not where they stay. At that point, is what you know. So you in Nigeria can make so much more than anyone anywhere in the world. I'll leave it at this. I've not finished my slide, but I know my time is up. Have a great time. Thank you.